that's Dorota Palicka, international nail artist and educator here, and today I'm in with Emma. Emma had her nails done a couple of weeks ago by Olivia, so you can also guys see it, and I will see it as well, how they lasting. How many weeks is that?
I think it's 4.
4, so 4
Yeah.
weeks. Emma's got obviously absolutely amazing nails, and I'm excited to have her back. I'm terrible. I have stolen her from. I have stolen. How you say it? Stolen it from Olivia. So we are going to remove the old color first, and then check if there is any liftings. Remove any loose product, and then put a fresh one. So I'm using the e-file and a safety bead, and then remove the color. I also straight away thinning them down a little bit around the free edge, so they're nice shape. So just a little bit more product off from this place. And again, I'm removing more product from that place. This is looks like it is going to be quite easy rebalance. There is no lifting going on so far. You say that and then you get one. This was actually lovely color, guys, and I think it was 204 or 205, I can't remember now. I always get confused with them, but clients love this color. And then another nail. Look how I'm supporting the nail from underneath as well, just so it doesn't move. And the thumb. I'm also glad that you have guys enjoyed the toe video where Olivia was treating me for a change. Okay, once my color is filed away, I can take a cuticle pusher and push them back. So like nice and firm push. Then before we start filing, I like to give it a clean with the blue scrub to dehydrate the nail plate, to don't kind of massage any oils which might be on the nail plate. Then grab the file, remove the edges. Remember always to remove those edges, otherwise disaster can happen. Especially when we're going like to the sides, you want to make sure they are not rough at all. I usually check it like this as well. on my skin to make sure they are all good to go. So the file is ready, and then the cuticle bit, just to clean any cuticle which is on the nail plate. So I'm going one side, and then other side. And now we are going to shape them. I also blend the natural nail. I mean, it's blended quite nice, so I'm just giving couple scratches to the natural nail. File the free edge. And that's the first nail ready for a product application. So as you can see it, guys, very quick and easy rebalance. And I think it is really important to follow all the steps, like to make sure you don't get lifting, because that makes our job much easier later on. I also quite like to file with the motion where my file is a little bit underneath of the nail, so I can lift them up. Especially when we're having like an oval, almond shaped nails, you can really nicely correct the shape by going with your file underneath. Honestly, guys, try it. So it's a really amazing movement. Okay, next one. So like file it from underneath. Also, this is quite nice finger to show you another another thing. So the nail folds here is much higher, and this one is much lower. So watch it, because when you go with your file, you might actually file it at squint. I quite like to kind of relax it, push this one back and then this one down to straighten it a little bit, and then it's easier for me to file the same shape on the both sides, because this side wall should go straight, and then at the same height I should start making it rounded from this point, but leave this side alone. So this is a wee trick for you as well, guys, like pressing this finger down the way a little bit, then it's easier to shape. Obviously they are a natural nails, so they are never going to be 100% perfect, because our natural nails grow their own way and they are just stubborn, so we cannot like change the way they grow, but we can try to improve the shape as much as possible. And then this one. So same, I'm just filing it a little bit from underneath to lift that nail up a tiny bit. And then the thumbnail. There is a little bit lifting on the side. It could be from holding it hidden from the lamp inside. Usually if this is a lifting in this side, it's either we use this thumb or it wasn't properly inside the lamp. I'm really fussy when it comes to that as well, like, and I keep checking on my clients how they hold their hands inside the lamp, because most of the time when they keep the hand inside the lamp, they forget and they maybe put the thumb like this, and obviously there is no light, the light is on the side, so the thumb needs to be like this. And I always say, like, if the thumb isn't cured properly, it's a fault of the nail technician for not checking how the clients keep the hand inside. So it's not your fault, Emma. It's not your fault. We will blame Olivia. Oh, we've got some guests. Come on, go away. We don't want free nail art. I mean, it would go with the flowers. Imagine. Okay, so you can guys see it, like, we've got all those nails ready for a product application. I'm going to do it the same on the other hand and come back to you. Okay, so that's them both at the same stage now. I can just start putting the product on. The other hand basically looks the same, like there wasn't any big issues in it. I'm using just a cuticle nipper to remove the biggest excess of the cuticle. I mean, she's got amazing cuticles anyway. So it's just a very, very little trim I'm doing. If you do it excessive, then the cuticles just grow back bigger and bigger and bigger. Especially that's later on when we file the nails. File is a kind of... we do touch the cuticle as well, so I don't want to do it too much. I quite like to also do this stage after I have shaped them. So, like, I always make sure I have no product on the nail plate, because that's what causes the lifting. And the actual nail folds, I'm quite often cleaning, give them a final clean after I have done all the gel application, all the filing and shaping, and just before the gel polish, I'm kind of giving them a final inspection, and if it's needed, I might just lightly touch them up a little bit more. Can see it also with my finger. I tend to kind of push them so they show up more. That's the only one nice cuticle to remove. The rest have been just a baby ones. Blue scrub to dehydrate the nail. Give it nice and squeaky clean. So Olivia used perfect rose gel, and I'm just going to fill them up with the same color. Obviously, after we dehydrate, things looks much worse. I'm trying to don't apply it like all over the fingers, so I'm pulling the nail folds down, and with my nail I'm going into the corners, and then we can apply an extra nail prep. So that's another nail dehydrator, like make sure there is no dust particles, and then an extra nail prep. Again, you only apply it into the natural nail. universal airborne, so our gel sticks in nice. So this acts as a base gel. Okay, so for the gels, we the free phase gels, we always need like a base gel and then the top coat. So this is our base gel, with this difference that we don't have to cure it, because it's as the name say it, universal airborne, it just dries in the air. Like, make sure the entire natural nail is covered, wait for it to dry, and then we are going to use the perfect rows to fill them in. I'm picking up a very small scoop of the product, brush this in. See, when my brush splits, that's the moment when I'm capping the free edge. Free edge capped, free edge capped. I'm not going like this. That's the way I cap the free edge. So nice and thin, cap the free edge, nice and thin, cap the free edge. Okay, because my free edge is mainly on the sides, not only like at where the free edge is. Now here I've got a tiny bit of the skin. I have just skin as neither a nail or neither a skin. I have just peeled it down so it doesn't cover with the product, and we do those nice and thin layer just so the product can cure really well and can give us a nice adhesion. So just cook it in, and then do exactly the same on the other hand. So sometimes when the client, when I have actually almost no work to do, or like the infill wouldn't be so many weeks, I might do that in the one go. If I have to put a tiny bit more product, I like to do it this way, where I give it just like even the tiniest ever amount of the product on those problematic parts, which is like around the cuticle and around the sides. Change. The fiber gel cures in 60 seconds. Now I'm doing another very thin layer. So nice and thin, cap those free edge. I can do probably about 2 to 3 nails at the same time, because the temperatures are low in Scotland and they allow us to do it. I mean, except Monday. We actually had really nice weather on Monday. And then I'm picking up a small amount, just relax it. So I need a client nail down the way now. Small amount of the product, fill up the gap, and I'm almost no pressing, so no pressure. And then once I comes down to the places where I have removed those excess of the product, I'm brushing down stronger. Okay, so on the places where you want more product, you just kind of like jump, but don't bring too much air in it. Do not lift your brush completely from the product, and then brush it on to remove those excess. This way you can shape the nails nicer, and you will have less filing to do. Okay, so I'm releasing the product from the brush and then just brush it on. Change. Do the same on this one, but with this hand, like, so I always want my right hand to be ready first, and that's why I have done 3 nails on that right hand, and then on this hand I'm only going to do it 1 nail, because I want to be able to file the other one and like be able to cook it sooner. Change. And then I can do another 2 nails here, and I've got 60 seconds to finish applying the gel on the entire other hand. I cannot fill up the gap yet. I want the thin layer first, because otherwise my product will run, especially as we are doing thumb, which has different directions. So because I'm going to turn my hand this way and the thumb is going this way, look how I'm placing the product. Like, I'm going to put this product on this side only, and I'm not going to put much of that product on this other side, because by the time I finish doing my thumb, this product is going to run in there, and the same in here, because by the time the client might put it in, I'm putting more into the left side rather than to the right side, and you can see it's smoothed out. Change. So that's how I save time. Like, it's a really huge time saver, guys, when we do the rebalance. Okay, and now I can do probably all those 3 nails, and then I will freeze them just so they don't run, and then do the thumb separately. So pick up a small scoop of the product, brush it on, do the same in here.
See you later.
Thank you, bye. And then this one as well. So I've got still 18 seconds to do it. This hand slide it on top. Not fill it in. The bottom one is more important. So the bottom one fill it inside. Perfect. And this one just like this. Perfect. I take the top hand. It was just to freeze the product. Sorry, I like to make the people confused. And then I'm doing this one now. Remove the excess. So by pressing harder, we remove those excess of the product. Now you can change your hands. Brilliant. And this hand is ready for filing. So this is a really huge time saver, guys, because you're constantly kind of working. I will show you how I shape them maybe on 1 or 2 nails, because obviously everything is the same. And then we will be able to do the design. So with the shaping, like first of all, make sure you remove the entire inhibition layer. You don't want to be massaging any inhibition layer into a client's skin. So make sure they are clean. The side walls nice and straight, nice and straight. Okay, so you can also see it, those filling in lines. Then blend everything around the cuticle area, like we want to make sure there is no loose places. Check the hairline, and to be honest, like I've got maybe tiny bit to file in there, and that's it. Like I don't need any more. Do the same on this one. So nice and straight, nice and straight. Make sure the free edge is nice. Check the hairline. Smooth it out. Blend around the cuticle area. We don't want any bumps in there. Okay, and then this nail is ready as well. I do one more, guys, so you've got 3, because this one was the quite difficult one because of its shape. So I'm pressing down those places so I don't go too high up. Blend around the cuticle area. I'm really trying to think where I filed, so I don't file just whatever. I'm kind of trying to think every file movement, so if I do it, it has sense, you know. It's not done just because, but it's done because we was really needing it. Buff it around the free edge, like we want to make sure it's nice as well and even. And then I'm going to use the buffer 100 by 180 grit, remove any sharp edges from it as well, and then we are going to buff it. So first of all, I go quite quick. I can see it how I'm holding the client nail, so like I'm protecting it. But I do not file it around the cuticle area yet, because I want to slow down. So when I'm filing the cuticle area, you can take the brush away anything, and then we can go and then just slightly buff it. So buff around the cuticle area. Like to make sure you don't know where the product is starting. If you've got it like this, the product is going to last you a really nice long time. I also like to touch up the free edge with the buffer as well, because sometimes I can find another bits and pieces which I didn't notice, and obviously the buffer is much more gentle than the file, so we can really do a better job. I have just touched up the corner, which I didn't like with the file. Very gentle around the cuticle area. And see, that's what I was talking about. Like, that's why I don't like to do very excessive work before I put those products, because I'm quite often like going with this buffer in there, and I almost use the buffer as a cuticle bit, which will file some of those nail folds as well. Smooth it out. And then do that with this one as well. So that was the one, the particle of the skin which I have removed when we was applying the gel, the one I have mentioned. So I'm trying to file it away. I have managed to file it away. If I wouldn't, I would just take a cuticle nipper and I would just snip that off. I also like this buffer because it's kind of push the cuticles one more time, so then the growth isn't as visible, especially that Emma's nails grow actually quite fast. She's got nice healthy nails which growing nice speed. Okay, that's the nails filed, so I'm just going to do it on all of them and then we move on into the design. Okay, so we have quickly filed the other nails and I also have started doing the design, and now I'm going to show you the rest of it. So we have used 173, which is a Tic Tac white, to paint those nails white. And then we are going to paint some one-stroke flowers. So before I start painting, like I'm going just to give it a gentle push to the cuticle back again, just because during the painting they have probably moved a little bit. And now I can just paint it white. Like, I'm not going to rush those white because whites are always the most tricky colors to apply. And I want this set to be so nice and pretty. Okay, and then another nail. So first of all, I'm concentrating on the sides and around the cuticle, and then I'm just brushing over on the top and side. The other nail, I'm going to clean it with the blue scrub because there's some dust particles and everything which made the life more difficult. So I'm just going to do that straight away. So I'm doing the side first and the cuticle, then the other side. I'm not bothered about the middle yet. And now I can just smooth out the middle. The white we cannot flash cure it because then it will wrinkle, same like reds and blacks. So we always make sure you do a full cure change. Do the second coat. And when I'm close to the cuticle, I'm kind of doing those in and out motion. So like kind of pushing the product. I should have cleaned those two nails as well. But I'm not bothered too much because for one stroke we have to buff the nails anyway. And that's what I love about one stroke as well. It looks so, so nice. Change. You can also see I'm pulling the nail folds down as well, so I can put the product everywhere. And then as our next step, we are going to apply the top coat, and I'm going to use for a change, guys, the Block the UV top coat, because it is a white color and we don't want to yellow it. Change. Okay, so I'm just going to put the top coat over it. Change. Put the top coat there. Okay, and then once we painted them, our next step change is to give it a buff. So we need to buff it because this is an acrylic paints we are gonna use on those nails. So without of buffing, the acrylic paint could come off, and obviously we need to top coat the design to protect it as well. So I'm just using the buffer to give it a couple scratches. Don't use too rough buffer. You want to have quite smooth buffer, just so you you don't get paint get stuck in those scratches which you have created. Okay. We are actually matching the dress, so on the each place of the dress, the flowers are a little bit kind of different and random, and that's what we are basically doing. I'm also going to take a file and just file a little bit at the free edge. Yes, we have capped those free edge before, but we are going to cap it again with the top coat. And I don't like it when we've got too thick free edge, and when the gel polish is applied, it kind of looks much thicker than actually it is. So I don't like those kind of look, and that's what I'm always doing. Okay, I take the other one as well. Buff quickly this one. Clean it, and now we can paint it. So for painting, I'm going to use those acrylic paints and some tiny bit of the foil. Like I'm not going to put this foil straight into your face, guys, because it will really badly reflect the light. I'm just squeezing out a little bit of the white paint, then using the baby wipe, I kind of twist it like this to close it. We are also going to need some pink. We need some violet, so that's the violet 107. We gonna need some green and a drop of the magenta as well. The brush I'm going to use for this design is a Demaster One Stroke brush. So I've got a tiny bit of the water in there. Like I watered the brush, and each time I'm going to kind of squeeze it so it has nice shape. I show you also the difference in the size. So that's One Stroke level 1, and then that's the Demaster. You can see the difference in the size. Okay, so on this one we are going to use the drop of the white with magenta, mix it in together. Add a drop of the water, and then create some background, because we wanted it to kind of stand out a little bit, and if I would use it, if I wouldn't have it this background, things will be more difficult to paint. Okay, and then this one is going to be here. On this finger, for a change, we are going to go violet. So again, I have picked up violet on its own. Then clean my brush, and now I can start painting the flowers. So once this paint is dry, this one is actually not dry yet, I'm going to start with the violet. So I have picked up white on the higher part of my brush, and then the violet on the lower part, and I'm going to paint like a small rose in here. And then there. Don't make the white too clean, because if you do the white too clean and we've got white background, it's not going to be visible. Especially that we want to also outline with those whites. So when I'm mixing the paint, I kind of mix it dirty. And then the other side. See what I mean, dirty? It's not like a clear white. Clean the brush, and now I can go into those color because it's ready now. So I'm picking up white and pink. Mix it. Again, mix it quite dirty. By dirty, I mean like mix it well so the colors do really blend together. Paint one side, then other side, and we've got inside of the flower. Look at it one more time. See, and if I wouldn't have those dark background, it wouldn't be as standing out. Do the same on the purple one. And it wouldn't stand out because we obviously use it white gel polish. Okay. And then we are going to do the outside petals. So again, I'm mixing it quite dirty. Gosh, if I can say it, mix it dirty. You know what, guys, I mean, like, so it's not, the colors aren't as separated. And what I'm doing is just, I'm really kind of wiggling with my brush a little bit and going around it. Also cleaning the dust. Clean my brush. Squeeze it in between the fingers and then pick up the violet. Now we want to also paint some leaves and then we can add the details. So for the leaves, I'm taking white and green. And again, I'm mixing it really dirty. I don't like I think it looks more beautiful if we do have those, the colors are mixed dirty. So they are not just like two separate colors, you know, guys. And for the leaves, I'm just doing touches, like touch, go to the top, and then you can bring it back as well if you need it, or just go like this. That gives quite nice leaves too. Then this one is going to be a tiny leaf in there, and just leave it. Okay, clean my brush. Because it's acrylic paint, it can dry on your brush, so you always have to clean your brush really well. Now I'm using the D-liner, lots of water in, like really lots of water in, and hardly any product in. So I will show you how much product I've got on my brush, like almost nothing. And what we are gonna do is now add those extra petals and kind of define the design. When I'm outlining it like this, I'm pressing sometimes harder with my brush, so I can kind of get like a large petal like this, and then I'm pressing more gentle, so I can get a very fine line. You cannot make them all the same. See, and if I would have pure white, this white wouldn't be visible. That's why I wanted to have those kind of dirty color in there. And one stroke looks much nicer once we cover it with the top coat. So I do really cannot wait when we put the top coat over it. And then the leaves. Okay, now I'm going to do the same in here. So you can see it with this white. I'm kind of creating the petals which didn't exist. Now the leaf is quite large, so I need to paint petal there. There we are. Really therapeutic, guys.
Falling asleep.
Yeah, Emma is having a free time from kids. So we thought like we are going to take some time consuming nails today. Like to be able to paint nice and thin lines, you need to have lots of water on your brush and little product, obviously. This is too much product. So I almost didn't press it. If I would press too hard, it would make too thick lines. To make them more realistic, we should add the shadow underneath, but I didn't want to. We was kind of matching the dress, so like really, guys, you cannot make it too regular and too same thickness. And again, same situation. If I would have too clean white and purple, it wouldn't be as visible. Okay, last touch-ups on the leaves. I actually really enjoy painting one stroke on my clients. This one is quite easy for me to paint, so I even didn't have to twist client hand, but sometimes if it's needed, you can go like this, guys, and paint like that. You can even go like this, because you guys ask me this question when I'm sometimes working on the tips. So you can go upside down, you can do 360 Yeah, easily. This is another tip for you as well. And then the top coat, to see the design popping out, and then we can take a beautiful thumbnail picture. I hope, guys, you have really enjoyed this slightly longer video. Let me clean those dust. See, things don't look pretty when the dust is in there and there is no cuticle oil. So top coat in there. And look at the difference of the flower. Everything is just blended in once the top coat goes over it. Like, it looks so much prettier. So much prettier. I also did record Emma's nails as well, because you have guys asked about the shorter nails. So sometimes I will be using her as my model to show you some designs on the shorter nails, also different shape as well, and different things, you know, inside. And then I just have to put the top coat over this one. I love actually this one. The purple looks so pretty with white, the violet color. Okay, I'm not going to keep you any longer, guys, because there's no point of you to look at how I'm curing those nails. I will obviously need to clean them really nice and properly and then take a beautiful picture. They turn it out so awesome. I'm sending you glittery hugs and bye for now.